Todd Clemens, Okeechobee Livestock Market, and here is your weekly market report. Before we get into the market report, we will be closed next week. All the markets across the state will be closed next week in honor of the 4th of July, which is our Independence Day. And I was thinking what we could say about that. There's a lot of crazy, scary things going on in the country these days, and you know, people are wondering when you talk to people about the conditions of the state of the country and open borders and all the issues that are going on around, people are a little bit concerned and a little bit worried about what's going on, what's going to happen to us. And you know, something that I thought of was our money still has "In God We Trust." And so let's get back to the basics. Let's get back to our fundamentals. If we're concerned and we're anxious about the way things are going, pull a dollar bill out of your pocket, pull a quarter out of your pocket, and read on there, "In God We Trust." And that will answer a lot of your questions. That will calm you down. That's the basis of this country. And then also the preamble starts out with the words, "We the people." It's not the government. It's not the people that we elect as our governors. It's the people, us. We the people are the country. So there are things that we need to stand for. Like minds need to get together. There's a very small percentage, a fraction of a percentage of the people in this country that seem to be getting all the press, all the news. They make up a small part of the whole country. And I believe that rural America, cattle people, agriculture people, salt of the earth people, there's more of those good people that are silent and their voice isn't heard. We're hearing the voice of a small minority. So let's don't get too upset about it, but let's just do what we can do to make sure this country runs the way we, the people, think it needs to be. Let's follow the Constitution, and let's just, "In God We Trust." Now on to the market report. This first half of 2023 is over, which is incredible. June is past. We'll be closed for the first week of 4th of July, but so 6 months have gone by, and we are at a very, very good state as far as the market is concerned. Last week, the corn prices went up because they were saying no rain. There's a small drought, and the corn crop is maybe in jeopardy. And so guess what happened? They got rain. What happened to the corn prices? They came back down, and this week cattle were higher, just based off of what the futures board on corn is, which is crazy. Fundamentals haven't changed. There are fewer and fewer cattle, and there will be rain in the corn belt. There's a lot of corn planted. Corn prices should be lower. Most input costs should be lower than they were last year, which in turn will hopefully create higher prices for our calves. Feedlots are very, very current. There's no backing up of cattle. There's no backlog of cattle. Packers are buying a lot of negotiated cattle these days. There's fewer of them, so they are actually competing for cattle. And fat cattle prices are higher, but packers are still making money. The last report was packers are making about $150 a head. Even with the price of box beef cutouts the way they are, choice is over $330, I think, as of yesterday, which is like at a record high still again for this time of year. Feeder calves are probably about as high as they've ever been too. But packers are making money, the feeders are making some money, and it's finally trickling down to also cattle producers. And these calf prices are doing really good, as you could see, and as we experienced last week at Marco at our PCA sale, we had some really good prices on some good calves. But there were some good calves that showed up here Monday and Tuesday at Okeechobee. We had good runs in spite of wet conditions all over everywhere. Some people did have to cancel on account of wet conditions. They couldn't get to their pens. That was some people that we knew were coming in that couldn't make it. But other places we talked to, and they're not wet. Conditions vary from place to place. But we had, I think we had 1,100 head roughly Monday, and close to 1,200 on Tuesday. Some really good calves. Rusacus Ranch sent some really good calves in here. Fremar, I remember, sent some really good calves in here. Scarborough Ranch sent some good calves in here. There were just lots and lots of good cattle. Victoria Ranch had a semi-load of smaller calves, probably in the 3 to 4 weight range, kind of on the bring us in, but they were really good and they sold good too. So I guess these calves are showing up. These good quality Florida calves are coming to town. If you're a buyer out west and you're looking for some calves to turn out, these are hardy calves. They'll live, they'll perform, they'll gain a lot of weight, they'll do good for you. Give us a call. And if you like these market reports too, while we're on that line, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, and that helps us out a lot to get this information and keep these reports coming. We have a lot of comments from people across the country, and we're glad to share what's going on down here in South Florida. We're down here in swampland. The skeeters are big as 747s right now. It's unbelievable. Gators are swimming. There's a gator in my pond right now. I guess it's that time of year. They may be mating or something. I don't know. But there's gators and skeeters and panthers and you name it. Frogs. Lots of frogs jumping everywhere. It's kind of a scary place to be down here in this swamp. But it's good grass, good pasture, good cattle, tough cattle. They'll perform well out there on that summer grass out west. They did call the calf prices $3 to $5 higher. I would agree with that. And slaughter cows and bulls held their own, which is just unbelievable how high these cows have been selling, well over $1. And they've been that way most of the year. And I just feel like at some point in time we're going to run out of these slaughter cows and bulls. It's going to thin down to where there's not many, and then who knows what's going to happen after that. But prices are good. We're going to take next week off, and we'll see you back here on Monday, July the 10th, and then it'll be wide open after that till the end of the year. We had some high prices this week, and I'm glad to report that Keith Driggers right here in Okeechobee had the high calf. And this is crazy. A little feller weighed 265 pounds and bought $3.90 a pound. That calf was bought by DNS. And on the cow side, Butler Oaks Farms, the Butlers, right here close to Okeechobee, had a 1,785 pound cow that brought $1.12. That cow was bought by Florida Beef. That's your market report. Happy 4th. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.